Dear viewers, welcome you all in this live session, live video. And first of all, I would like to welcome Mr. Judson from who is the international director from Post University. He's working in the recruitment and international admission as a director. So this is our that this opportunity to that we got him to speak something about the post university. But before that, I would like to request you that if you listen us properly in the live video, please let us know. And also, if you can't listen, just let us know as well, so that we can see the any if there's any technical issues. And post university, assume that it's in USA. So the if you are interested about study in USA, definitely this live would be the great it will be very helpful for you. And please share this live video in a timeline who are really interested there. It will be very helpful for them as well. And if you have any question regarding study in USA or about the post university, please feel free to comment on the live video. We'll try to answer your question. So Jackson, good afternoon.
Thank you, Simon.
And welcome you in Bangladesh. I mean, this is the first time you came in Bangladesh?
No, this is the second time I've been
Second
here.
time. Okay,
Dhaka,
okay.
actually.
So, do you find any difference the last time and this time?
The weather was a little bit better this time.
Weather.
Yeah, and I went
Okay.
to a couple of
The
different
winter is
neighborhoods.
coming. Yes, with the winter is approaching, so not too hot. But any difference in the city life or infrastructure or anything?
Yeah, I mean, the one area that I went was really, really nice.
Okay.
I think it was near the Education Advising Center.
Mhm.
Very, very nice. And actually met with him today as well.
Mhm.
So, it's been great.
Okay.
Fantastic weather and just really, really nice areas I've been to.
So you must have been faced the traffic, I guess, during coming from your place to our office. How is the traffic?
Pretty horrible.
Pretty
Yeah.
horrible. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only issues in Dhaka city. Anyway, Jackson, we thank you so much for being here with us and for joining this live session. So first of all, you know that US is one of the most popular destinations to the students, as you know better. And there are a lot of people from Bangladesh, they are going to study in USA, and there are a lot of universities as well from different states, from different locations, and Post is one of them. It's a very old university, no doubt, and the location you will say to them definitely. So first of all, I would like to ask you that why people should consider USA higher studies.
I mean, there's a lot of great reasons to come to the United States. I mean, I'd say first of all, it's the land of opportunity, and it's true. The American dream still exists. I've seen it. I've helped literally thousands of individuals to attain the American dream. The other is the infrastructure. You know, it's really designed to, I'd say, support international students. You have 4,200 plus institutions in the United States. International students are extremely important. So what we've built, in fact, I think is quite remarkable, and it's difficult to replicate. And what that means is, one, a lot of resources the students have while they're in school. So, for example, there's internship opportunities. Post has like a Delta Lab. The other is, you know, there's career opportunities afterwards, depending on whether or not you study like a STEM, obviously, area. That could mean 3 years of OPT. So there's a lot of reasons, not just from a career, an academic perspective, but career aspect, a lot of benefits. It's just, I think the bottom line is you need to be aware of the resources that are out there, the differences between the institutions. And I think once you do that, then you can make obviously an educated decision.
Okay.
And I think that's why we're here.
Okay. Yes. And one more thing that you know that US when we plan for the US, definitely there is a huge investment regarding your tuition fees and living expenses. So like when I spend such a big amount of money, because it's a big amount for us, definitely from Bangladesh when students are going to US, so they're spending a lot of money. So do you think that if they study in post university, their career is bit secured and they can have the 100% the return of the investment?
You know, there's no guarantees in life, right? I mean, there's no guarantee that I'll walk out of here and not get hit by a bus, right? But I think there's unique opportunities, and I think there's a lot of resources that are offered. And I think if you take advantage of those resources, you can, for the most part, get the outcomes that you're looking for. So I always encourage all of our students to go ahead and go to their Career and Professional Center from day one, start talking to them as well, get a plan going. Let's start, searching for sort of jobs that you want to target and start building those skill sets, those opportunities. Maybe do an internship, maybe do a volunteer experience, but you're building up your resume. Maybe you belong to some clubs, but there's a lot of things you can do to make yourself more competitive to get where you need to go. And it doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen just 1 month away from graduating. You got to work at it, but if you do, you'll get the return that you want. And so my message is, put the time in and you'll eventually get where you want to go.
Okay, so let's talk about something about the
Yeah.
post-university
Sure.
details. Like, that we need to know about the location of the post-university, and that, as I said, there are a lot of universities in US in different states. So why people should consider your location, and why people should consider post-university, because your location is Connecticut, and Connecticut, there are other universities in Connecticut as well. So, like, why people should consider post among other universities?
So there's a lot of obviously opportunities out there, right? We said 4,200 plus institutions. But I think when you look at Post inherently and look at the overall value that it provides, there's a number of unique sort of characteristics about Post. One is it's a top location. It's just 90 minutes out of New York City. It's 2 hours from Boston. So sort of the best of both worlds. But you got access and you got affordability. And what I mean by that is, and this sort of the heart of New England, Connecticut, you're near those two cities, but living in Waterbury is going to be much more affordable. The other has been around since 1890. That's a long time. So we're a trusted name, obviously, in education. The other is we got small classes on average, about 14 students per class on campus. And what that means is those classes can be much more interactive, engaging, a lot of group activities. So very different from like a public school, right?
Exactly.
Where, big auditorium, very, I would say, sort of distant.
When a classroom size is more than 100 people, so it's getting very tough to engage with the teacher, engage with the classes, lessons. So it's better if the class size is small, especially for newcomers. So that is on the advantage about posting.
Absolutely great. I mean, I excel in small environments, and I like sort of group activities. Makes a big difference because then you can work on projects. It's just a lot more fun, because you get feedback too, right? And it's about building relationships. It's not just attending to attend. It's building those relationships, the network, so later on you can build yourself up for success.
Exactly. May something?
Sure.
May talk something in Bengali?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, dear viewers, like what he said, like post university into establishment অনেক আগে, like it's more than 100 years back, and it's located, যেটা হচ্ছে লোকেশনটা হচ্ছে বোস্টন অ্যান্ড নিউ ইয়র্কের মাঝামাঝি, 2 hours drive from both places, এবং হচ্ছে যে এখানে লিভিং এক্সপেন্সটা কম অ্যান্ড অ্যাফোর্ডেবল, এবং স্পেশালি মোস্টলি যেটা জ্যাকসন বললো যে দ্য ক্লাস সাইজ ইজ ভেরি স্মল। দেখা যাচ্ছে কি অনেক সময় আমরা যখন বাংলাদেশ থেকে যাই অ্যাজ এ নিউ স্টুডেন্ট, আমাদের জন্য কিন্তু একটা বড় ক্লাসরুমে ক্লাস করাটা আমাদের জন্য ডিফিকাল্ট হয়ে যায়, বিকজ অনেক সময় আমরা লেকচার বুঝতে পারি না, বুঝতে না পারলে আমরা যে টিচারকে, ইফ আই ওয়ান্ট টু আস্ক সামথিং টু দ্য ফ্যাকাল্টি মেম্বার, সো আই ওয়ান্ট বি এবল টু আস্ক দেম বিকজ দ্য লট অফ স্টুডেন্টস ইন দ্য সেম ক্লাসরুম। সো আমরা যদি মনে করি যে না আমাদের একটু প্রপার গ্রুমিং দরকার, if I need some personal attention, তাহলে small class size room always better. So I মনে করি এটা একটা good opportunity for you people if you want to start in post university in US. So like Jetson, you offer both UG and PG program, like a bachelor, and you offer like so many programs in bachelor level and few programs in master's level. So would you please tell something about these programs and which programs are very popular and can be job oriented, STEM program, and what are the requirements and the fees structure a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have a number of programs. First of all, what's unique about Post is that one, you can start online, you can finish on campus. So all of our content's the same in the courses. So that gives you a lot of flexibility if you actually want to start it online. In terms of fees in general, what you're looking at is around $26,000 for the MBA. And if you're an international student, you qualify for that. Potentially could be $5,000. That would bring it down to 21,000. Now it is a 2-year track, so you'd be looking around $10,000 more or less per year. Break that down a little bit more. That's $5,000 per semester. So very affordable. But if you want more information, obviously you want to talk to
We are here
Syed
to help
and his
you.
team.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Now,
So like I'm just to আমি একটু বলি যেটা হচ্ছে যে এমবিএ এর কস্ট হচ্ছে 2 বছরে only 21,000 after scholarship, and it's 5,000 per semester, which is really very affordable. You can look for it. Yes.
so I was just going to say, when you're looking at additional opportunities out there and you really want the best opportunities, I would say going with the STEM sort of designated career track. So let's say in this case at Post, we have a STEM MBA. That STEM MBA is going to allow you to have 3 years of OPT. That means you can work in the United States for up to 3 years. So that's something you definitely want to take a look at when you're obviously researching programs. And so I think that's a huge opportunity right there. And if I were actually, wanting to not just get obviously academic experience, but the job experience and get some money back, that would be a good way to do it.
Okay. So Jetson, in USA we know that there are 3 intakes, like fall, summer, and spring or winter, something like that. So January, May, and September. So do you have all the intakes?
We have 2 intakes.
Okay.
So our next intake right now is spring. So basically
January and then fall.
and then
September.
August, late August.
Late August. Okay. So, I mean, do you offer any internship in the program, in your bachelor or master's program?
We
Any
do
paid
offer-
internship or anything?
We do offer internships out there. They can work with the Current Professional Center to go ahead and identify those opportunities. I'd encourage to obviously for you to talk with them, if you come to Post, and they can provide you all the guidance, different tools in terms of that you can leverage to go ahead and look for those opportunities. Now, of course, we're there,
Okay.
but it's always up to the student to really, I would say, pursue those opportunities. But we can prep and obviously guide you as much as possible.
So we know that there is a huge scholarship in undergrad level. So would you
Yes.
please tell that?
Right. So, one of the, I would say, sort of aspects that I was excited about in terms of coming to Post was that there's a $20,000 scholarship out there for international students. Obviously, there's some qualifiers. And talking about the qualifiers, I'd encourage you to take a look at that on our website just for the details. But basically, what you're looking at is basically being an international student, taking our classes full time, being a good academic standing, and as well staying on campus for the first year. A lot of times, some students will come up and say, "Well, why do I need to stay the first year?" Well, you want to stay first year because it's so important to be involved in the community, because that's going to provide you the anchor and obviously adaptability to the culture. And a lot of times people don't take that into consideration. You got to adapt, sort of integrate into the culture. The best way to do that is to live on campus. So that's one of the reasons why we make that a requirement.
So people are thinking not to take the hostel because sometimes they think that it might cost higher.
Yeah.
So do you think that the hostel expenses and the other outside expenses, it's pretty similar, I guess, or it's lower, very lower than the hostel?
Well, it just depends on, obviously the city, the deal the person has. But I can tell you in terms of our sort of board and food that you would pay, very affordable.
12,700 something like that.
Yeah, it's around $12,700 more or less. But what that includes is meals.
Meals, yes.
So a lot of meals during the week, and then 2 semesters of housing. So when you add up all the meals and the food, it's a really good deal.
Exactly.
And keep in mind, that's just the first year. After that, if you want to live off campus, so be
That
it.
is okay.
But at least you've got part of the community, and you've been sort of integrated and you made those connections, and those connections are really important.
So when they stay in the on-campus accommodation, is it for them it's possible to arrange a job on campus because students can do only job on campus. They cannot
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
part-time job or
You know, jobs are available on campus. You can work up to 20 hours per week. It's obviously up to you in terms of looking for those jobs, but those jobs exist. We're going to have a couple of positions just for International Admissions Department coming up, which is exciting. So I'm actually looking forward to hiring a couple of people to make a difference for our department. So there's definitely opportunities out there.
Exactly. So like আমি একটু বলি বাংলাদেশে এটা হচ্ছে যে they have a very good scholarship in undergraduate level. Their tuition fee হচ্ছে $31,000 per year, but they are offering $20,000 scholarship. So আপনার tuition fee টা কিন্তু চলে আসবে মাত্র $11,000, and it is it is renewable, right? Every year they can renew the
Right, that's
scholarship.
right.
And শর্ত হচ্ছে যে ফার্স্ট ইয়ারটা আপনাকে অন ক্যাম্পাস অ্যাকোমোডেশন নিতে হবে, which is still not so high, like 12,700 including your meals, accommodation, and also I think with the utility as well, or utility is separate.
What's that?
Utility bills like water
Oh, yeah,
bill
no,
or
I mean,
electricity or like in
So no,
internet
the
bill.
dorm includes, yeah. all of
Everything is
that, yeah.
included. Okay, so it's pretty affordable. So you can consider the first year in the on-campus accommodation. It will help you to cope up with the community, to mix with the community, and to get the job on campus as well. So like it's a good opportunity. So like we are at the end of the live session, Gerson. So anything that finally want to say to the Bangladeshi students? Any advice?
You know, my advice is, you know, Confucius said, you know, 1,000-mile journey begins with one step. I honestly believe that. I think the first step you took today was obviously finding out a little more about Post. You know, thank you, Syed, for obviously letting me join. But we would love to definitely have you reach out to us. Best way to do that is obviously through Premier Consultants, Prominent Consultants, sorry about that. And they can definitely answer all your questions, you know, around scholarship, application, all of that. But I do want to tell you that if you dream it, you can do it.
Exactly. If you dream it, you can do it. So anyway, viewers, this is a very good line, good sentence you mentioned that if you dream it, you can have it, or you can do it. So like যেটা আমি বলবো যে we are Prominent Concern. We have been working since last 18 years, and I mean it's 17 years, something like that. And we are giving opportunity, we are researching on the universities, and we are giving opportunity to you that what are the options we have that for you, that we are encouraging you for study abroad, because study abroad gives you a lot of unique opportunities that you won't get from here. So please be with Prominent, and if you have any question regarding studying USA or about the post university, it is we are here to help you out for admission process. And one thing that I need to say is a very there's a very good offer that they don't need any application fee, they don't need any I-20 deposit, and you will get your service fee returned in your account when you get the visa, right? When you start the classes, something like that, no?
So basically what it is that's more or less it. So basically if you pay your service fee $350 within 7 working days of being issued the I-20, then after that we can credit back the $350 towards your tuition upon starting.
Okay, so it will be added with the tuitions. It
Once
will be,
they start.
yes, when they started. So এটা কিন্তু খুব ভালো একটা অপশন যে আপনি যে সার্ভিস ফিতে $350 স্পেন্ড করছেন, এন্ড আপনি যখন ক্লাস শুরু করবেন এই $350 কিন্তু আপনার টিউশন ফি থেকে মাইনাস করে দেওয়া হবে। সো এটাও কিন্তু একটা বিগ অপরচুনিটি যেটা অনেক ইউনিভার্সিটি করবে না। সো ডিয়ার ভিউয়ার্স, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ জ্যাকসন ফর your valuable time, and wish you all the best, and wish you all the best for your further trip to other countries. So like dear viewers, thank you so much for your patience and for watching this live video, and please stay safe and take care, and Allah Hafiz.